Buckets. That's the name of my boat. Buckets.
Buckets. What we get.
Not the only transfer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to
It's
Tallahassee.
mercy if y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, cross over to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and go. This Shelly-o, pretty girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Beat the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets after buckets, baby. You out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We get buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Vish live from the Watt, where the Canes women have just won a game. I honestly don't know if you can hear me. It's still loud in here. That's Nat Marshall being interviewed. She hit the big three to win the game here. The Canes with a massive comeback win. Yep, great W. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It is loud in here. I'm going to get out of here pretty quickly. There's 8.5 on the clock. The Canes women do a meet and greet after game, so I don't want to stay past that because, you know, the event staff and stuff have to clean up around here. But the Canes with a big win, huge comeback, down 15. Huge performances from Cam Williams, Nat Marshall, Jasmine Roberts, and Haley Cavaliers put on a show. Canes needed that win. That does move them up the stands. We'll take a look at that in a second. Just to recap, though, Virginia came out hot, 25-13 in the first quarter, and carried that lead almost the entire game. Canes briefly led midway through the fourth quarter. Virginia restored the lead, but the Canes were able to come out of here with a victory, 77-74 at the 28-point fourth quarter, 28-17 in the fourth quarter. The Canes won that. Jasmine Roberts struggled most of the game. It came off got subbed in late and scored 9 points down the stretch for her 12. Mentioned Nat Marshall, huge three with under 30 seconds left to put the Canes ahead for good. The Canes struggled on the boards all game, but were able to get a stop on an offensive foul. To Brian's point, got a great job finding a way to win. They battled. 28 points in the fourth quarter was huge. Jasmine Roberts coming in and delivering there. Haley Cavaliers was awesome all game. She will be. I'm going to announce it on X later, but obviously Haley Cavaliers is our buckets player of the game. 22 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. Amazing all-around game for her. Yeah, the Canes really, the defense wasn't great in the first and third quarter. It was much better in the second and fourth. A lot of free throws for UVA. They shot 19 free throws, and this is the big thing, they had 21 second chance points, and that's what kind of kept them in front most of the game. The Canes just could not get that stop. Either it was a foul or an offensive rebound, but they were able to see it out. Again, Nat Marshall with the big three at the end, and then they came through an offensive foul where UVA passed up an open three. I'm sure they're regretting that. So you know, that's the story of this game. The Canes trailed by 15. Ended the half by cutting it down to 5, and UVA kept pushing the lead out. Canes were just hanging around. Finally, came back and put it away in the last few minutes there. Exhale. That was a needed. Not only was that a huge comeback, it was a needed win. Former Cane, Latasha Lattimore, is UVA's best player. She dominated, played better than she ever did at Miami, put up 25 points, but ultimately it wasn't enough. The Canes really They won the game at the 3-point line, 10 of 27 from 3, outscored UVA by 9 there, including obviously the game-winning 3. Looking ahead, schedule-wise, before we again, it's going to be a quick reaction because I got 5.5 on the clock here in the arena, and then I'll be packing up here. I have no idea if anyone can even hear me, but let's see what the Canes got coming up. This is, as I said, a massive win. This is their 3rd conference win, but it also gives them a tiebreaker over Virginia. A loss here would have made making the ACC tournament really difficult. Instead, let me do a quick pull up of the standings here. You'll see those 2 wins over the last 2 games. SMU and Virginia have moved the Canes. Again, the bottom 3 don't make the ACC tournament, so it's moved the Canes into a much stronger position now with that tiebreaker over Virginia. They obviously don't have the tiebreaker over Boston College, having lost to them. They do have it over SMU. They have it over Pitt, who also has 7 losses. This was a huge, huge win, and down 15, it sure didn't look like it was coming. Very, very important comeback, and Josh pointed out why as we pull up the upcoming schedule. It's 5 ranked teams in a row. That's what it is. So 3 and 7 could easily turn into 3 and 12 in conference, and that's why this win was critical. You lose this game, you no longer have the tiebreaker against UVA. It's going to be very difficult to make the ACC tournament. Now they're in pretty good shape. They still gotta, hopefully they can get at least one of these games against these ranked teams, and then Wake Forest and at Stanford are kind of must wins as well. If they grab one of these ranked 6 games against ranked teams and then take care of Wake Forest and Stanford, you get to 6 conference wins. That should most certainly do it. The Canes needed that. It was a big shot by Nat Marshall. She hung in there and delivered when she did. Again, big kudos to Jasmine Roberts. She was struggling, sat out a lot of the game, and was able to turn around and come back and deliver down the stretch when the Canes needed her. Great substitution by Trisha too to make that move, because again, Jazz had been kind of on ice on the bench, came in and hit big shot after big shot as they were keying on Haley. Her stretching the floor provided depth. She also got fouled on one drive that they didn't call. It was easy to get frustrated there, especially at the end. As the Canes kind of start to file off the court here, it looks like the Cavaliers are still out there. Seeing Nate Adams over by the bench, but most of the coaches and players. Shout out to my guy Noah down there too. The media ops, social media guys. The Canes head towards the locker room, and Coach Kullup heads towards her press conference, victorious. I am going to sign off from here in a minute, but just look at the upcoming games for the Hurricanes, who now have moved to 3 and 7 in conference after this huge win, coming back from down 15. Next up at the Watt on Sunday is Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is ranked 20th. Then they travel to Duke and NC State the following week after getting a full week off to hopefully recharge their batteries a little bit, and then host Notre Dame on the 20th and Wake Forest on the 23rd before heading out to Stanford and Cal. Melissa and I will be on location for those Stanford and Cal games to close out the regular season, although the Canes took a big step towards going to Greensboro today. Again, huge win. Allows the Canes to breathe a little bit here, and now they've got 5 opportunities in a row at ranked teams to try and get some wins back here. With that said, they're 3 and 7 in conference, took a step out of the bottom 3, and are now, kind of trying to separate themselves into a middle pack where they can confirm their place in Greensboro. We'll be back. We might do a buckets on Saturday. If not, there will be one Sunday night. But that's it here from the Watt. Canes win 77-74. Huge comeback down 15 early. Haley Cavender, player of the game. 10 assists to go along with the double-digit scoring with 22 points and 10 assists, 5 boards as well. Just massive all-court game, but would not have won the game without Cam, Nat, and Jazz also stepping up. Canes back at it on Sunday. And that's it here from the Watt. Thanks for joining me for this, and go Canes. Oh, and cue the Sox outro.
Don't cry. Keep it chill. Wear good socks.